What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a money play found in the West Coast offense. It's obviously in gun bunch, no shock there whatsoever, but the play is going to be stick. Now, stick is really effective against a cover 4 palms and quarters. It's going to be a little different, but it's also extremely effective against cover 4 drop, cover 3, and a cover 2. Again, the setup's going to be slightly different with that. So let's go ahead and get into stick. I'm going to go into the more difficult ones of cover 4 quarters and palms just to get that out of the way. But fairly easy setup. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go put RB on a hitch. We're going to block our tight end. And then X on an out route. And our running back on a wheel route. Now this wheel route, later on in the video, I'll show you guys that it beats cover 4 palms and quarters over the top for a one play touchdown. Now against palms and quarters, what we have to do is Robinson, we're going to have to motion him out and motion snap him. Otherwise, the outside quarter is going to play that corner out. Now let's go ahead and do so. So motion this guy out, snap the ball, and you'll see right here, bam, pass lead it to the outside, easy dot. Now you guys may be thinking, what about if they put cloud flat? A cloud flat's going to be able to play that a little bit better, but again, it's a linebacker. Sometimes linebackers like to dumb out and blitz instead and not play the flats. So it's kind of random with that. But against the stock palms and quarters, this is going to be the setup we're going to run all the time. Just hitch RB, block your tight end, and then put your running back on a wheel and X on an out. With this setup, you can hit the running back on a wheel route as well. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. We'll pass it to the inside. You can see actually right there, we beat it over the top. But Patrick Mahomes, because his wind up in the pocket takes 5 decades, we're not able to get that ball out. But you can see because of the speed mismatch, that quarter flat is getting beat over the top. Now, there's a way they're going to be able to even more easily bomb a cover 4 palms and quarters. Again, palms and quarters, there's a reason people don't use it. It's broken. It's not that good of a defense. But for now, it's just going to be very much more so speed is what's going to be beating this linebacker. If you guys play MUT by now, if you don't have a 90,000 speed running back, then most players, even a defensive tackle, is going to be able to play your running back. So for the most part, cover 4 palms and quarters are going to be looking for this corner out exclusively, unless you think you have a big speed I don't even know what the fluff I'm saying. A big speed mismatch between the outside linebacker that's in the quarter flat and your running back. You're going to have to hit that corner out almost every single time. Now, being as this is technically man coverage, we're going to go ahead and just see if we can force it to Samuel Watkins. I don't think so, but we'll snap this ball. Bam, it's right there. Man coverage plays it pretty tight. If they shade it underneath and press, he's going to be completely smothered. So if it is a baseline to cover 4 quarters or palms, you can hit that out route as long as they don't press and shade underneath. If they press and shade underneath, then you're going to find that the man coverages are going to play out routes tremendously well. For whatever reason, they know exactly how out routes are ran and will run it for you. But now let's go ahead and show you guys how you can bomb a cover 4 quarters out of the backfield with this wheel route. So it's going to be the same setup: X on the out route, Y on a wheel route, RB on a hitch, and then block your tight end. But then we're going to go ahead and motion over Robinson. You'll see right here, the wheel route's going to get absolutely wide open for a touchdown. You see right there, roll out, bam, hit it, swerve catch, and you can see over the top. Now, as soon as they start playing the sticks is when we're going to start switching over to hitting the corner out instead. It's just a simple mind game, math game, whatever you guys want to call it. It's mind over matter at this point. If you see them play the sticks, start hitting the corner out. As soon as you see them drop back into the palms or quarter stock, go ahead, start hitting that running back out of the backfield. So now let's switch over to palms. Palms is essentially the same exact way as a cover 4 quarters. There's really nothing too different about it. Let's go back into this gun bunch, back into stick. We're going to go this time into a cover 4 palms. And we're going to go and set it up the same exact way. Go ahead, and I'm going to just do a max text, out route X, wheel route Y, RB on a hitch, motion this guy out, and motion snap. You'll see this time it will get played a little bit better, but again, same result. Still able to hit that corner out because quarters do not play out or corner outs very well. Not as good as they did last year. And the hitch is pulling down that quarter flat. That quarter flat's going to react to the corner out a little bit too late, and that's why we're able to hit that corner out as well. Now, same thing as cover 4 quarters. We're going to go ahead and put X on an out route, Y on a wheel, RB on a hitch, motion this guy over, block your tight end, and we're going to have a running back out of the backfield for a one play touchdown. You can see bam, because the outside quarter reacts 50 times slower than what he should. You can see running back, easy dot for a one-play touchdown against Palms. And now we got Patrick Mahomes in the zone with Bazooka. So now we're going to go ahead and switch over to a plain old cover 4 drop show 2, or what it's going to be cover 4 drop. Some people may recognize that as the nickel 3-5. And cover 2. This is where the setup's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and go back into stick. We're going to go into, let's just start into cover 3, and we'll work our way into cover 4 drop and a cover 2. We'll put X on an out route, Y on a wheel route. The wheel route against a cover 3 specifically and a cover 4 drop is an option as well. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about as we get into that. But the next part is put A on a block, RB on a little hitch. The hitch is just going to pull down any cloud flat or curl flat they may have on that side of the field. Motion this guy over. Snap the ball. Pray that we can get some good blocks. And pray that the guy keeps running his route. And you can see right there, bam, easy dot. Now that's against that one crossing route. Now we can also hit this wheel route out of the backfield as well. So let's set this up again. RB on a hitch, Y on a wheel, X on an out. This out route's going to be open against this cover 3. You can hit that every single time, or you can hit the wheel route as well. Now this wheel route is going to take a little bit of time to develop, but you can see bam, pass lead, it's the inside, a dot. And that's going to be the same thing for a cover 4 drop show 2. It's going to play the exact same way. You can hit the out route, you can hit the wheel route, unless they quick adjust the outside quarter, outside third into a cloud flat. Absolute money. So let's do this one more time. We'll look for the out route now. This is again against a stock cover 3 and cover 4. Bam. You can see quick check down. If you guys like the check down game and you like to play West Coast offense, that's how you're going to play West Coast offense. It's a dink and dunk, then eventually take them over the top. We'll do this one more time against cover 3. This time we'll look for the post. The hitch is just, again, simply to pull any flats they have down so you can hit that post route over the top for an easy gain of yards. So right there, bam, you can see a dot. Possession catch. Okay, running on dead eye. Sammy Watkins isn't one to catch balls. He's got butter on his fingers. He just came from McDonald's, okay? He has oily fingers, all right? Don't judge him. So again, I think that's Robinson, actually, not Watkins. Sorry, Watkins. My bad. Robinson just came from McDonald's. But as long as Robinson is able to catch his ball, he's going to be absolute money against a cover 4 drop and a cover 3. A palms and quarters, he's not a read. You can see right there, bam, dot. His grease is now gone from his fingers. As long as it's not palms or quarters, he is a read. If it's a drop or cover 3, he is an option. Palms and quarters are going to have him double covered. So do not try to throw him against a cover 4 palms or a cover 4 quarters. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing it a double coverage. And unless you have mossed, then it's going to be hopefully a pick on defense. Hopefully they get rewarded for that. But knowing how Madden 20 is, it's probably going to be a drop anyways. But this is cover 3. Now let's go ahead and get into cover 2. It's going to be the same thing, except the wheel route is going to be a little less viable of an option depending on what kind of cover 2 that they play. If they're playing a cloud flat, you will find you'll be able to hit that wheel route a little bit early. But again, it's really not a super good read. The big read here, again, let's just go max protect, set it all up. RB on a hitch, Y on a wheel, X on an out route. Motion this guy over, similar to the cover 2. The wheel route, depending on the flat that they play, it's right there, bam, because it's cloud flat, we can hit it for a gain of about 5 yards. If it's a hard flat, it's going to be completely bagged. If it's a soft squat, bagged. If it's a cloud flat, you can hit that. But for the most part, we're going to be looking for this post route. Motion him over again, motion snap. We'll be able to hit this hitch, not this hitch, excuse me, but this post fairly easily. You can see, bam, a dot every single time. So this is going to work against cover 2 quarters, what the fluff? Tampa 2, cover 2 hard flat, cover 2 sink with soft squats. It's going to work against every single one of those. The wheel route, it kind of depends. If they're using the vertical hook, then absolutely it's an option. If they are using the mid read, then not so much. If you try to playmaker, you're going to end up playmakering the wheel route generally. Oh no, last time we playmakered the hitch, amazingly enough. But you can see at that time we got lucky, we playmaker the hit, so maybe you can playmaker a little bit out of this. It's not reliable enough, is I guess the good word to say, to really expect this hitch to be playmakered every single time. Playmaker, it just moves the person that's closest to you, however the game designates that. But you can see right there, bam, crossbody throw, come on, nope. Make it right there we're able to playmaker the hitch instead, but sometimes it's going to playmaker the wheel, sometimes it's going to playmaker the out route, sometimes it'll playmaker the hitch. So if you notice the little black, gray, dark gray circle, whatever it is underneath the player, that's the person that it is going to playmaker. So just kind of pay attention to that. Oftentimes you see right here, for now, in practice mode at least, we're able to playmaker the hitch instead. So let's go ahead and playmaker him. No look dead eye, because we can do that in Madden 20 for an easy dot. So one final thing I want to add to this, and this is a little bit of what Skimbo was using in his deep corner. It's not the same play. This is stick, so the corner out, there's no post route to begin with unless you have a hot route master. But what Skimbo would do, let's go ahead and go max protect, set this all up, is he would put his tight end on a check and release. Now what this does, for you guys that may not know or haven't heard, he will stay into a block until you hit his corresponding icon. Now I've said this in previous videos, I just want to say it in every video for those guys that might be new to the channel, but he will stay into block until you hit his icon. So his icon for now is A, sometimes it may be X, sometimes it may be RB, Y. Just check pre-snap to see what his icon is, and then you know what button to hit. So for now, this is against the cover 2. We'll go ahead and try utilizing this press or this check and release. Let's just say the user chases him, so we hit A, no look dead eye, and dot. Because we have no look dead eye, we have Patrick Mahomes, so we can throw across our body without having to worry about inaccurate throws. So that's how you can utilize the check and release. Check and release is going to be really good for those people that like to use the middle linebacker that's in the mid read, or even a vertical hook on that side of the field, because then it allows you to force their user to stay in that spot. If they leave to chase this post route you created, you can utilize that check and release, your results may vary, to be able to get your tight end downfield on a little fade, streak route, whatever you guys want to call it. Fades, who knows what they're, I think they're little baby routes more than anything. But again, it's a viable thing to use if they're using the middle linebacker. Just kind of keep that in mind. If they're using the safety in the deep half, they just gave up a one-play touchdown. So again, right there, bam, you can see if the user was to say be on that mid-read, you're going to be able to hit Travis Kelce not really up the seam, but just a simple streak down the middle of the field for an easy gain of about 10 yards. So that's a little bit about this play. Man coverage can be tricky. This particular play, though, with the hitches beat man coverage with a simple low point pass. You don't need to do all this fancy stuff like catch it or whatever to get a better animation. It's literally a simple low point pass, possession catch. Most times you're going to find yourself getting a pretty good animation. This play ran stock, is a solid man beater. So let's go into big down 2-3-6 will, cover 2 man. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to leave it stock. I'm just going to go ahead and motion out Robinson. And the nice thing about gun bunch is with motion snaps, you can see right there, bam, clean release. Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is not an option right here, but Tyreek Hill, the route that he runs is an option. He can either run a little hitch or he can run an out route. Now, what's so special about this out route is these out routes get speed boosts to the outside. I'm kind of hoping he runs an out route right here to show it. If he doesn't, you guys are just going to have to trust me on this. They get a speed boost against man coverage. Yeah, Madden 20 still has speed boosts in it. You think we would get rid of that, but it's right there. That time he gets bagged, and I don't know what that guy was doing. He dropped into a spy for some odd reason. I'm going to go ahead and send my running back on a route so he doesn't spy me again. So we'll snap the ball. Okay. Right now, it's actually playing freaking amazing defense. Most times, although that route, I don't know the exact term for it, okay? I'm making stuff up as I'm talking. But that route in particular, you will find, especially if it's ran by a tight end, they get speed boosts. I don't know why they do, but they do. Just right now, it's not wanting to show you guys the speed boost. Maybe they patched it just a week ago, although you could run this and you would get speed boosts against man coverage. If that is the case and you guys are seeing what's happening right now where they're playing stellar man coverage, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to run it the same exact way as we would against a cover 3. Now this out route will get bagged against man coverage. Robinson, I recommend having somebody a little bit faster and with some better route running, but he should be able to beat his man right here. You can see he does. If we can hit him as well. Now, because for the way that the game is programmed, for whatever reason, whoever's manned up the tight end will do 2 things, 3 things, 4 things. They'll blitz, spy, drop into zone coverage or man themselves up automatically to somebody else. For what reason, I don't know why. But right here, we'll go ahead and look for the hitch instead. I know if I low point pass this, I can hit this hitch all day, every day. It's right there. Because this game sucks, we hit our guy in the back of the head. But low point passes with hitches and curls, absolute money every single time. It might look like it's a pretty tight window to throw to, but you just gotta trust me on this one. The chance of you get intercepted by a low point hitch are just slim to none. Just the way that this game works. As soon as they turn their hips, you got a low point past that hitch, you're going to be able to gain about 4, 5, sometimes if you're unlucky, 2 yards based off the animation. Again, why people love this game is there's so many animations in this game, it's absurd. But as always, we can hit this post route. This post route will beat man coverage, especially if you guys have a route technician or whatever that chemistry of Super Saiyan ability is. You'll be able to hit this even more so, especially just leaving it as a stock corner out. If they're running it as a stock covered 2-man, just do a simple motion out, motion snap, and he'll be able to beat him to the outside. He's right there. Bam. Probably should have touched past that, but who knows? This is practice mode. You never really know how consistent the game's going to be. You can see we're able to get separation between the man coverage and the wide receiver running the corner out if you motion him. If you don't, you will find oftentimes that he's going to get completely smothered by man coverage because I don't know why, just because. But as soon as you start motioning out, they can't press and they get a nice clean release. If you leave it as is, and this is kind of where it carries over to motion slants, motion drags, motion ins, all these other good stuff. As motioning, it just causes it simply to where there's no such thing as press. 99 press doesn't matter. 2000 press doesn't matter. I could have one release and against your 99 press, and if I motion snap somebody, I'm getting a clean release every single time, just because that's how this game works. So I wanted to bring you guys this simple money play that you can utilize. This is out of the, again, West Coast Offense Gun Bunch. If you guys like making custom playbooks, I'm in the process of updating one right now. I don't really know if I like customs or not. But if you guys have a custom playbook, feel free to add this play to it. Really simple setup. Couple of different ways you can attack different coverages based off if they're giving you quarters or palms, or a simple cover 3, cover 4 drop, or a Tampa 2, cover 2 R flat, cover 2 sink or soft squat, whatever you guys want to call it. But anyways, that's going to take care of this video. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. I post Monday through Saturday. The only day I will not post is Sunday. And also, Patreon is now live, and there's already a mini scheme and a couple blitzes on there available for members. It's an exclusive blitz that will not be posted here on my channel. So be sure you check that out. Link in the description. And until next time, get in the lab. Try to enjoy the last few months of Madden 20. I know Mutt is getting out of hand at this point in the year. But anyways, appreciate every single one of you guys. This has been T Meister. See ya.